Hey everybody, it's Jeff Goldstein. I'm back again with another vendor video. I sell homes, so you know how to get a hold of me. We've got Chris, it's Chris Schaad, right?
Correct, yes.
And Chris is with Sewer-Oscopy. So we know what a sewer is, and I'm not sure what oscopy means. Did you make that word up, Chris? Tell us what you do.
Yeah, I kind of stole that from the colonoscopy world. It seemed appropriate. I'm of age where I participate in that activity a little bit now.
I know of it too.
So it seemed to make sense to me to perform that, with a sewer camera. So that's really what we do here. We camera inspect sewer laterals, make sure they're open and flowing as designed, and we also add the clean out component of that as well. So if we find something in there that needs to be taken out, we have the ability to get rid of that and then re-inspect the pipe for you, Jeffrey, make sure everything's good and looks good. So
do you guys, is this something that you have to have a license for, or just over years, you've had the education and the knowledge?
Sure, it's not a license requirement. I was trained, however, by a plumber that he's semi-retired now. He did plumbing for 46 years. So he basically let me shadow him and taught me the business and what to look for and how to behave and what to do and what to purchase and how to go about taking care of the pipe and alleviating the problem at the same time.
How long does an inspection like this take?
It depends, and when I say that, it really is how you access the system. There's a couple ways to access the system. The most familiar way is the main stack in the basement, right? The large either cast iron, PVC, ABS with a cap on it. However, we see a lot of those systems where they finish the basement and now that's walled in somewhere.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Seen that as well. So if that occurs, a lot of times the easiest way then is just to break out the ladder, mount the roof, and go in through the vent stack.
Got it.
Okay, as long as it's not a terrible pitch and it's not dangerous, we'll quickly say, okay, let's get up and manage it through there. And then the other way is there's often a yard vent or a yard trap,
right,
in the front yard, backyard, wherever it connects to the system. That's another access point. So usually one of those three is a way to get in the system. So depending on how I get in there, anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes on average.
So it doesn't take long?
It doesn't take very long at all, usually.
And of course, being in the real estate business, I've had those inspections done. I'm going to ask you, what is the main reason to always have your lateral inspected, whether you're buying a house or selling a house? Afterwards, after you own that house, why get that inspected again?
Yeah, that's a great question. At the end of the day, this is one of those silent systems, right? As long as it's performing adequately, you don't really pay much attention to it. You'll immediately know when it's not performing adequately because more than likely it's going to back up in the floor drain. That's usually the first indicator. It's the lowest point in the lateral system in most basement situations,
right, so
you'll see it there. Unfortunately, we've got a lot of older homes and older systems in the bi-state area. If it's older than 30 years, more than likely it's a cast iron, 4-inch cast iron configuration into 6-inch clay. The clay segments themselves are 4-foot segments, and they're called bell and spigot. So if you kind of think of a bell and a spigot, they go in there like that. And they're not really a perfect mechanical connection like you find with PVC. Right? Okay, they're just not as tight. So the specifications are looser, and I've seen them where they shift. They'll shift underground from time to time. So a lot of the systems I look in have roots in them. The reason the roots get in these pipes primarily is what we put in these systems is nitrogenous waste. And if you think about what fertilizer is made out of, right, then you add a constant water source. These trees know why they want to be there. It's kind of a tree buffet.
Right, they want to eat. Yeah.
They want to eat. So, I see it all the time. It doesn't necessarily make me fail the pipe, right, but you need to know, right? You need to know if you got roots in it. There's some things that you want to do to manage that situation. There's some things that you don't want to introduce into the pipe in any way, so you don't create an additional problem.
Right.
Things like flushable wipes,
right,
or baby wipes. Those items are nice, but they don't disintegrate. So they can very easily grab onto a root or grab onto a jaggedy piece of cast iron. After time, now you're on your way to an obstruction. So knowing what's in that system before you make the home purchase is really smart, because quite frankly, if you discover after the fact that there's a problem with that system, it can really be thousands of dollars
Yeah,
to
you'd
make
be-
that repair. You know,
You'd be stuck with it then.
stuck with it then. You know, you got to dig it
Nice.
up, or hope maybe the local municipality has a lateral program
Right.
that you
right.
can qualify for and get some assistance. So just knowing is a lot better, and then you know you can manage it and have a conversation with the seller and try to work something
Sure.
out, so you avoid having issues when you take ownership of the home.
Excellent, excellent. Hey, everybody, we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back, and I'm going to see if I can quiz Chris on some more Sewer-Oscopy kind of stuff. Make sure you wait till the end of the video, both videos, all of our videos. You'll see Chris's contact information, and if you have a question, I'm sure he'd be glad to answer it,
Sure.
or he'd be glad to inspect your sewer. So we'll be right back. Thanks, guys.